Hi guys, it's Ferrari Smack out of the home racing, and it looks from my next round of the career play at Malaysia, it's going to be a wet weekend, which is going to be very interesting indeed. But before we get involved in qualifying, let's have a look at the Drivers' Championship from round 1. So leading it is Jenson Button in the McLaren Mercedes, followed by Fernando Alonso in the Ferrari, and then Kimi Raikkonen on his comeback in 3rd place. As we go to the Constructors' Championship, McLaren Mercedes are leading away from 2 points from the Lotus, then 1 point ahead of Ferrari. So as we jump now to the practice session, Fernando Alonso gets the quickest time, 1:37.839, followed by the two Brits of Hamilton and Button for McLaren. Sebastian Vettel did very well, but Perez is surprised to get into 5th place. Then the two Mercedes of Rosberg and Schumacher, followed by Kamui Kobayashi making it a top 10 in practice for Sauber, then Massa down in 9th for Ferrari. Romain Grosjean rounds up the top 10, then I get a very surprised 11th place in practice, which had a bit of rain, but it was kind of a glitch, so not really involved in it. Then it was Senna, then Byrne, then the fellow Australian buddies of Mark Webber and Ricciardo in 14th and 15th. Pastor Maldonado gets 16th, my teammate down in 17th place. Oh my god, it ain't worse as Kimi down in 18th place, followed by his fellow Finn of Heikki Kovalainen in 19th place. Then his teammate Pietro Petrov, and Charles Pic, Timo Glock, Narain Kartikane and Petro Della Rosa. And now let's get involved into qualifying 1. So for qualifying, our target is to finish 14th or above, or qualify 14th or above, and let's see if we can do that. Of course we do. I'm saying qualifying 1, we managed to get through it, so let's just talk about the track for now. So the Malaysian Grand Prix is a very interesting Grand Prix because the weather is typically wet, and as you can see here, where is the rain? It said it was going to rain this weekend, and you can't really see anywhere there is a cloud or any dark clouds in the sky. So the weather's out the picture is going to be dry for the duration of qualifying. But for the first sector, I have no problems whatsoever. As I go across the line now, and I'm nearly 2 tenths up and get a purple sector, so the fastest time for that sector. But then coming into this section, the second sector, I kind of lose my edge a bit. I kind of lose a lot of momentum and just even put DRS so early there, I thought I was going to actually spin the car, which is kind of weird that I didn't. So this corner can be a real doozy, and then you're just coming up to the line, and you know I was about a second up on I think Senna for the time as we go across the second sector now, and we've lost about 3 tenths of a second. So you know I lose a little bit in the second sector, but this is where I lose the time, the 3rd sector, and the main bogey corner that it is for me, it's got to be this corner, pretty much the ultimate corner. You have to go wider, you have to get so much more speed through there, unless you won't get a good lap time, and I cannot find a way of actually getting a good lap time through there. So you know, it's going to be a very interesting race. It's going to be a very interesting qualifying session to actually get a good time. And I got to say, this time is much faster than the qualifying 2 times. So you can probably tell what happens in Q2 as we sit to the right hand side, getting a lot of nice good speed. I got 38.284. So not a bad decent time. I beat my teammate by about a tenth of a second. But the confirmed casualties of Q1 are Bruno Senna being the unlucky victim of being in the bottom 7, followed by Heikki Kovalainen, Petro Della Rosa, Timo Glock, Narain Kartikane, Vittori Petrov and Charles Pic as we move along now to Q2. So as we enter Q2, this is the hot lap for F1 Racing Man, otherwise known as Tom Stanley. DRS open, use all your curves on the exit of the corner and slowly fade to the left hand side to get ready for the first right hander, then a quick left hander. So we're going to brake at the 100 meter marker, gearing down to 1st gear, maybe even 2nd gear, just to get a bit more control over the car. Now into 2nd gear, going to this left hander, running slightly wide, trying to hit that apex and use DRS, use about 50 50 lots of curves energy or whatever the units are going down into this corner. We're going to break at 100 meter mark as I get the fastest sector, fastest purple sector, sector 1, as I'm saying sector so many times now, into this very flowing left-hander in 6th gear. Give it down 1 gear to get into 5th. And it is a bit of a doozy to get the car control as there is a little bump. Brake at the 50 meter mark. I did that twice, maybe 3 times if you do go a little bit wide like I did there, as we're going to use DRS now towards the 2nd sector time. And we're going to brake to the 100 meter mark, 2nd gear. Very slow, it is very uphill and very bumpy on the exit, so be careful. Like it happened there, you just lost control at the rear because it just hit the track, as it were. So as we're going up through the gears up to 4th, 5th, keep DRS on, just be careful though as you enter that corner. The car will be uncontrollable. Gearing down to 2nd gear, maybe a bit too early because I have not got any speed whatsoever. DRS open again, use a little bit of curves into 6th gear, now going to 7th gear, going underneath the DHL sponsorship, and now we're going to brake. I have no idea where I broke, I think it was just as I entered the marker on there. Now open DRS as early as possible, using the rain at the curves, keep right, but I know that was a bad lap as we go across the line. 39.9. That was a good second off the pace from Q1. So not a really good lap, and my other lap, well, I just ran out of fuel for my next lap and just kind of ended my session in tears really. I was literally in tears just because I knew I could do a better lap, but I just could not hook it together. So there is confirmation of the slow 7 in Q2. Michael Schumacher misses out qualifying by 0.02 of a second into Q3, beaten by Roman Grosjean. Then it was Maldonado, then Rosberg, then Vergne, then my teammate the rest in 15th, then Ricciardo, then me. So I hope you did enjoy this, guys, and I look forward to seeing the race tomorrow. I'll see you later, guys. Take care now.